Curly, you look jacked right now.
Mhm.
You look
know.
absolutely
You know.
ripped up.
Fresh out the gym, so
Big time pump.
You look ripped up. Bill, take a shot. What you working with?
a little short. I missed it.
Oh, dude, tomahawk. It. All right, boys, you ready to rock?
Yep.
What?
Where you at? You there? You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, give me the intro.
Voila!
NBA playoffs in full swing. As we're talking, the Bucks are playing Miami at this very moment. Bucks
Yes,
leading
sir.
2-0. We're gonna do our picks right now. We're gonna start with the Bucks and the Heat that are playing as we speak, as we're recording this video. The Bucks are leading 2-0 over the Miami Heat. Who's winning it? Billy.
Bucks in 4.
Bucks and 4.
Bucks
Curly
4-1.
jumps in quick. Bucks and 4. Billy, who you
Bucks.
got?
Bucks 4-1.
Dylan.
Wait, what's the question?
The Bucks are leading 2-0 over the Heat right now. Who's winning?
Bucks and 4.
Oh.
I don't give the Heat any chance either. The Bucks look great right now. 4-0 Bucks, easy in my opinion. Brooklyn, Boston. 2-0 Brooklyn. Curly, this leads into a question that you came up with later. Who's winning this series?
This is a serious question.
We absolutely gotta. Who's winning the series? What is it?
Nets 4-0.
Got to agree with Curly. 4-0.
4-0. Billy.
Sweep.
Oh, man. You guys are going to hate me. 4-2.
No.
Boston sneaks 2 out of there.
I
No,
give you one.
buddy.
I could understand one, but
Oh, no, it's 2. This is going to lead into a question later. I think Tatum's that good, man. He's going to win 2. I think it's
the
14.
problem is
Boston's
in the
too good to
NBA,
get.
one guy's not going to do it for you.
That's very true.
And you could have the best player in the league, but if it's just him,
I
you're
mean,
not
you
going to
can
win
look
many
at
playoff games.
you can look at what Ja Morant did last night. He had
Right.
47, and they lost by what? Double digits.
Exactly.
How many times is the Brooklyn Nets going to feel like playing defense, though?
They don't need to.
I
And they know that.
agree with you. I agree with you 100%. But how many times are they actually going to be like, hey, we can play defense, but at the
I don't
same
think they
time
can.
just fall asleep?
Not very well. But that's okay. That's okay when you got the best scorers in the league.
Oh, no, I
You
agree.
play that way.
There's no shot Boston wins this series, but I think they sneak 2 out of it. Next, we got Dallas Clippers. I feel like we could talk about this one all day. Dallas is leading 2-0 over the Clips. What's wrong with the Clips?
I think the biggest thing is Paul George is not what he used to be. And
You're telling me his self-made nickname Playoff P is not accurate?
it never has been accurate, first of all. And second of all, since his injury in the Olympics, he hasn't been as explosive. He can't get to the rim. All he can really do now is play good defense. And, I mean, that's not all-star caliber to me. And I think that's really what's hurting Clippers the most. Because, again, Kawhi is very, very good, but he can't do it by himself. You know, you need at least 2 to be competitive in the playoffs.
I think his best years were in Indy. I really do.
Yeah.
When he was facing like LeBron with the Heat and against Dwayne, and he was balling out. And I can't name another. I mean, I'm not a huge basketball guy, but at least, I know something. I can't even name another Pacer that was on that team besides Paul George.
They had a solid team. Roy Hibbert.
Solid team. That's the only one. Oh, yeah, I can name Roy Hibbert.
Lance
All
Stevenson.
defense. He just did this all series.
Yo, they had what's the one good scorer there?
George Hill.
George Hill. There you go.
Yeah,
Yep.
they were solid. Like they were a solid team. They just obviously had to run into Miami, which didn't
So be
really
it.
do them well.
They had Oladipo there, too, for a while. With
Yes,
Paul
they
George.
did. But the self-proclaimed playoff P has never showed up, in my opinion.
Never
Never.
seen it.
Literally ever. So well, we got to make the picks. It's 2-0 Dallas. What's the final of the series?
Mavs in 6.
Mavs in 6? Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely going Mavs, but I only think Clippers are going to win once. Honestly.
Billy, what you got?
I was gonna say Mavs 4-2.
And Luka is just playing with them right now. I mean, honestly, he's just joking around. He shot a Dirk type 3 the other night, and it was nothing but the bottom of the net. So it's just there is something magical going on with the team. So they're going to definitely step on the gas here in a little bit. I think the Mavs. I mean, this is definitely something to talk about later, but they're gonna make a little run this year, I think.
Yeah, Luka Doncic has arrived in a big way. That's for sure.
Agreed.
So I want to get the 2-0 games out of the way first. The last 2-0 game right now, Philly versus Washington. I mean, just my 2 cents first. Westbrook's hurt. It's already 2-0. I think Embiid's probably the MVP just with all the injuries that happened this year. Maybe they squeak one. But that's only if Westbrook comes back. I got 4-1 Philly in the end.
Yep. I would
What
say
exactly was his injury?
Ankle.
Ankle, yep.
I
Yeah,
would say
pop
Sixers
one's
in
on.
5, definitely, if Westbrook was playing, because I don't think he wouldn't let him get swept, but
Right.
because he's not, I think the sweep is probably more likely. It's either
I
going to be
call
4 or
Westbrook.
5, no doubt about it. But
Girl, you got him in 5 then, more like you said 5?
yeah, as long as Westbrook comes back.
Westbrook's going to come back. He's a warrior. There's
Hey,
someone
we're
in
getting
there.
to the 1-1 ball games, boys. The 1-1 ball games. Hey, let's get the big one first. Hey, the Lakers and Phoenix tied at 1-1. Phoenix looks like an actual threat with Ayton and Booker. What do you boys think?
I think without Chris Paul, they fall apart.
You don't think he's coming back then? Or, well, hampered, I should say.
Well, we saw him try to come back, and he couldn't shoot the ball. And if you can't shoot the ball, you really can't be out on the floor in the NBA, especially as a point guard. It makes it too easy to play defense. So he needs to be back at least where he can shoot the ball consistently. Otherwise, I give him no chance. I don't think they beat him without Chris Paul.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I don't think he's like the really. I guess you could call it the glue. Like a point guard is definitely the glue of the team, but I'm pretty sure Ayton and Booker are ready to take that step. Like I think Chris Paul's probably getting close to his playing days here. I'm just glad to see Booker get his shine. I mean, that's what everyone's been saying. All players, they're just super excited to see him. Or I think actually Chris Paul said that is the one who said that. But so it's nice to see someone that kind of talent get some recognition and actually get in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Have a great year. He's gonna be the face of the NBA. I mean, once he starts rolling, I don't know if he'll always stay in Phoenix, but I'm taking that. I mean, this kind of went off track, and I'm sorry about that, but they are gonna win. I think it's gonna go to 7, and the Lakers are just gonna kind of squeak out a win.
I mean, no, that's not off topic at all. That's something we got to talk about. I mean, as important as I think Chris Paul is, I mean, this is still Devin Booker's team. With that being said, I still think Lakers win in 6, but I mean, I think this is a very huge building block for Devin Booker personally. Like, this is still his team. Ayton, I think, can develop into a huge center, like, a game-changing center. And I definitely do not have them winning, but I think this is just for them competing and showing them that they're here. I think it's huge for them.
The Suns have gotten consistently better over the last 3 or 4 years.
Absolutely.
They've taken a pretty slow approach at it, but it's working for him. And Devin Booker is still young. What is he, 24 years old?
I am going Lakers in 6. LeBron and AD haven't played with each other that much, and last game they seemed like they really took that next step in being back and playing well together.
The next 1-1 matchup, we got 3 left. It's dear to my heart because it's been a long time since I've had anything to talk about the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks are 1-1. I think they're a better team than Atlanta, but I think Atlanta has the best player in the series. It's 1-1. What are our thoughts with the Knicks and the Hawks?
The Knicks and the Hawks. This is my favorite series.
Yeah,
For sure.
let's
New
I
go.
York,
love this
New
series. I
York.
love everything about this series.
Yes, sir.
New York. Knicks in 7, baby. New York, New York.
Dude, I'm going
Stand
the
up.
same thing. Knicks in 7. Come on.
I hope so.
I know,
Imagine a
I'm
game
hoping.
7 in MSG, dude. It would be nuts.
Dude, if
I
I
would
can.
love to see that.
Dylan, go ahead. You got something. Go ahead.
People spitting and shit.
It's getting crazy out there.
And I love Trey Young, dude. He's just taking it.
Dude, he's a
Love it.
baller, man.
I love the
Yo,
attitude.
He's taken that since how? I mean, he went to where? Norman, I think, or was it Norman? I'm actually not 100% sure on that, but he got that in high school. The fuck you, Trey.
No, he went to Norman High School in Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, and then he
Yeah.
went to Oklahoma, and then they said fuck you, Trey. Like, dude, there's how many times has he said that? It's not the first time. I mean, it was probably the first time in MSG, like the mecca of basketball, but.
I'm so happy you said that. The mecca of basketball. Dude, you got Derrick Rose getting a new life. He's a better jump shooter than he ever has been. He's a better passer than he ever has been. Obviously, he doesn't have the athleticism. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. The comeback player of the year in Julius Randle. Please tell me if I'm wrong. I think it's hands down.
Most improved.
There you go. Most improved. Sorry. I think it's hands down. He's winning. And people forget about RJ Barrett all the time. And he's a baller as well. I think they're the better team. I think they win it in 7. I think Trey Young's a baller, though. So me and Billy got it going to game 7, but picking New York. What do you boys got?
I'm going to take Hawks in 7.
Fair. At the Garden, huh? Game 7? That would be awesome, actually.
Okay, I'm going Knicks. I'm going Knicks in 7.
Hey, all going to game 7. Denver versus Portland. 1-1. Who you got coming out? This one's, I mean, I'll just go first. If Murray was there, I think it's different. As much as I love Jokic, it's maybe going 6. Maybe. Yeah, probably 6. But I got Portland winning this one.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I think Dame Lillard is just too good. And McCollum, right? Correct?
Yes.
Him and McCollum, I think it's way too much. If Murray was in this, it would be different.
I don't know if it's going to go that far, honestly.
Yeah, I'm taking the Nuggets in 6.
Ooh, I like it. Okay. Bill, what you got?
Portland in 7 with a key performance in Game 7 with 23 points by Carmelo Anthony.
Oh,
baby.
my God. Holy hot take. Hashtag hot take. Oh, man. Drop it in there one time, huh?
I like it.
Remember this day when you say, Bill, you were right.
Utah and Memphis tied at 1-1. Who wants to start it off?
I'm going Memphis in 7. And it's going to be a close series or close series. It's going to go back and forth. I'm calling it right now.
You have the 8 seed upsetting the 1 seed.
Yes.
Wow.
Yikes.
I mean, Jazz were the only team in the league to be top 5 in offensive and defensive productivity.
Hey, hashtag hot take, man. Hashtag hot take.
Solid. Like I've been saying all night, right? One guy can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with Donovan Mitchell coming back, and he looked good last night. He had that bum ankle, but he played really well. He had like 20 points in less than 20 minutes. So, I mean, with him coming back, and if he's that healthy, he was out game 1. With him back and healthy, it's just too much. Yeah,
I'm actually with Curly. I think they win 3 straight. I think Utah cruises ever since he came back. I think it's a no-doubter. I do love John Morant, though. Definitely a superstar already.
He's a bad dude.
Yes, he is. All right, boys. Hey, we moving on. Some great picks, some great takes. Now, we got some pretenders. We got contenders in every playoffs. Who's a contender that may or may not be on everyone's radar?
Well, there's no real contenders in the East other than the Nets.
Okay.
You know, but if there was anybody else that was ever going to come out of the East, I think it would be the Bucks, and I think Giannis would have to have a massive awakening, to become the kind of player that they need to dethrone the Nets.
Right.
So I just don't I don't see it happening. I think anybody else coming out of the East besides the Nets is just ludicrous. So I guess everybody else in the East besides the Nets are pretenders to me. The West is a lot more wide open. I think the most legitimate teams in the West are the Lakers and the Jazz. I like both of those teams, and I think I could see other teams making it. But if I had to put money on two, that would be the two that I would pick out of the West. So to me, I can really narrow it down to those three teams that I think are going to be there at the end. The most likely to me, anyway. I could definitely see a different thing happening in the West, but the most likely two are the Lakers and the Jazz.
Who's a contender that can play with Brooklyn that you think can actually give them like a shot, like to win?
Well, I think if this is just kind of throwing it out there, if Philly gets a shot, like it's the right circumstances, they can slow the game down. Like they have a shot to me, I think. But that would be the only other person, and I don't have no idea when they would even play. But yeah, I mean, obviously that's. Oh no, I just got sniped.
Oh
They would play in the
no!
finals, I'm
All
pretty
right,
sure.
boys. I'm all
Semis.
that's left. I got to get it done.
All right, boys. There's some players in these playoffs that are trying to make their name this postseason. We already know the big players: Luka, LeBron, Giannis. You can go down the line. Okay, we've talked about them. These players are trying to make their name, and we're gonna go down the line because I want to get a good take on all of them. Ben Simmons is the first one I have. He's the one dude I cannot really figure out
I thought I heard somebody.
that area, and I can't figure out which one he belongs to.
I'll go. I think he's still super young. He was thrown into a winning team that everyone wants to win right away. They got an MVP candidate in Embiid. You got to give him time. He obviously doesn't know how to shoot the ball. Everyone knows that. He's there, but that's still improved. Like he still has to improve. He'll win most improvement. Like he'll win the Julius Randle Award some year when he can shoot. Like it all depends on if
Julius Randle Award.
Yeah.
He's that good? He's that elite?
Most improved.
He's got a name after him. I love it.
But yes.
I get what you're saying. You think he's gonna eventually develop a jump shot?
Yes.
That was so sick.
I really do. I don't think he's elite right now. Like there's gonna be a bunch of people that you're gonna say, and I'm just gonna be like, well, you gotta win. Like Julius Randle, for an example, he's been in the league for 8 years. He wasn't anything like he is right now with the Lakers, but guess what he learned? How to work, when to work. You know what I'm saying? How hard to work. He saw the great Kobe Bryant. So once he started working with Chris Brickley or whatever his name is, the trainer out of New York.
From 2K, shout out.
Yeah. Yeah. 2K, shout out. And he really stepped his game up. He learned how to shoot a three. He learned how to dribble and then pull up a three, like off the dribble stuff. There's a shit ton that he added to his game.
I said he's improved his playmaking so much that for the first 3 or 4 years he was in the league, he was just a big. Now you can give him the ball. He can bring the ball up the court for you. He can carry the ball for you through traffic. His ball handling has improved a lot, but his passing, I think, even more so. And that's why he's so much more dangerous now, is because he can move with the ball and he can pass it and he can get opportunities for his teammates. And that's the biggest difference in him that I see. And I think that's why he won that award.
We're talking about Julius Randle, just to be clear, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I mean, I'm with you. I mean, when the Knicks got him, I'm not gonna lie, I was not thrilled. I thought it was a waste of money, and he has been the biggest surprise to me for the Knicks.
He's taken on like similar qualities to Anthony Davis in the ability to kind of run the offense through him. He's not bringing the ball up as like a point guard, although he could if you needed him to.
Right.
And he's handling the ball and he's distributing the ball and everything is flowing through him, which we've never seen before. And it obviously works really well.
Just going back to Ben Simmons real quick, just for everybody, elite or not elite right now? I'm
No.
not about the future.
Nope.
No.
I agree. No. Okay, we're already talking about Julius Randle. He was next on my list. Is he elite right now?
Yes.
Yep. I think so.
I would have to say yes as well.
Yeah,
He's
for a full
the leader
season.
for the Knicks.
So we're saying he's like Kevin Durant, LeBron, and all that. That's elite.
Right. Yeah.
Those
Is
guys,
he elite
those-
right
those guys are in a whole different category.
Yeah, those are like the best in the
now?
game.
That's fair.
To be elite is probably like, I don't know, top 5 in your position.
All right, because if
I
we're
agree.
saying LeBron and them are elite, then no.
Okay. Well, so is Julius Randle a top 5 power forward in the league?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Next one I got Trey Young making a huge name, especially after we went to Madison Square Garden, stole game 1. Is he elite right now?
I would say no, just because there's so many point guards, really, really good point guards that I think he's very talented, but would he even make the top 10 for point guards in the league? I don't know.
There's a handful right now that can do what he does better.
Yeah, right.
I don't think he's consistent enough either. Like, I don't know.
He's the next Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Oh, man. You guys actually kind of changed my mind with those takes. I was going to say yes, but like thinking about all the point guards that are out there right now and that, he's a great scorer, obviously, but can he play D? Can he distribute the ball at that level? No, I guess I would say no. As of right now, no, he is not elite.
Can still play defense. He's still like aggressive enough. He knows how to play the game. So he'll get that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like how to understand. Like not every point guard plays defense and plays offense. I mean, Kyrie is this. I'm not comparing them by any means, but I'm just saying there's point guards out there that don't play defense because all they do is play offense. Trey's going to do the same thing that those players do, but he shoots it from 45 feet because they have to him shooting threes, and then he'll go around them. He already knows how to dribble. He has the floater. His game is sick. I don't want to say elite yet, but I'll give him even like 2 years. He'll be elite. He'll be top 5 point guard for sure.
So he's a cusp player. You're thinking like he's pretty close.
Yeah, no, he's right there. He has all the tangibles. He's played high level basketball his whole life. His everyone knows his name from
NCAA Player of the Year, Naismith winner. So
exactly.
You are right.
So, but
all right, boys, final one, and I think this is the most intriguing one because if you asked me after his rookie year or his second year, I probably would have said yes. Jason Tatum, Boston Celtics.
Yeah,
yes.
I think he proved that with a 50 spot in a play-in game. That was something to watch.
What you boys got?
Yeah, I love his game. He is so smooth. Just the way he dribbles, like he lets the game come to him. He's not super fast. You know what I'm saying? So it's like his dribble moves, his jab step, all that stuff is just kind of like, I don't know. There's not another word I can think of right now, but it's like lazy. It's not lazy, but it's just like him. It's just like how he plays, like just kind of like, just like going smooth with it. You know what I'm saying? Like lazy, I guess is the wrong word, but like
real quick, I agree with that word actually 100%. I think he is lazy. I'll get into that later, but all right, keep going. I think that's a perfect word, but keep going. I'm sorry.
Jason Tatum. But I don't know. Like maybe it is, but I just think that's him, and I think he's kind of kicked back, laid back, and his offense is crazy. It's hard to cover because he's 6'8" and he's growing. He's still growing. There was a rumor that he grew to 7 feet, but that's wrong. because I looked it up. I was like, I had it written down. I was like, oh, I'm about to give some real insight right here. And I like looked it up, and it was like, no, this was completely wrong. It was like something messed up. I was like, oh damn. But
I'm gonna start saying, oh, rumor has it Bill grew 3 inches. He's 5'9" now.
all right, I'll start that. I'll start that right now.
I think he is lazy. I feel like he wants to shoot the 3 ball so bad, and granted, he can shoot it at a high clip. I feel like he could be almost another LeBron and get whatever he wants. But for some reason, in my eyes, he just settles for the 3 all the time. And it's not just like a 3. It's a fadeaway, moving to the left 3 that he settles for all the time.
I don't think the athleticism's there for him.
Okay.
And I still honestly think he's growing into his body, kind of. So it's like a newborn deer, you know what I'm saying? Kind of just running,
That's
kind
a
of
good
running around,
analogy.
trying to figure it out. Go
I
ahead.
mean, I like that. Curly, what do you got for Jason Tatum, man? I'm actually looking forward to this one.
I think he needs to get out of Boston. I think if he gets out of Boston and goes to some place that will really focus on him and try to make the team more involved, the offense flow through him more, he would be an all-star, no question, every year. I think he has a talent to do that. I just think he's in the wrong situation in Boston.
That's Brad Stevens' offense, though, and that's his team.
I was just gonna say that you beat me to it.
Yo, this is
Which
their
is a
worst.
question of how important is the coaching, right?
This is their worst year that they've had since his first year. The first year they won 26 games or something. The next year they won 40. After that they've won 40 plus. This is the first year they had 36 under 40. 36 and 36. They went 500. He's still over 500 for fucking almost 10 years, 9 years or 8 years, whatever it is.
The Celtics have been shit since they
They've
took
had
Kyrie Irving in.
They've
Since
had
Kyrie went there, they have not been competitive at all.
They've had nobody.
That's a very solid point, Curly.
They still are paying Kevin Durant.
Who's paying Kevin Durant?
Boston. They paid him until like 2021.
You mean Kyrie?
No. Kevin, yes, I'm saying this right.
Why?
I don't know, but he signed some big deal for them.
What?
And it's
What's
still
happening?
like they were
Curly,
still
is this correct?
Please look it up.
I thought they were paying Kyrie. I didn't.
That's what I'm thinking, Kyrie.
It just like I swear, it was just like it popped up and it was just like said something about Kevin Durant just getting paid by the Celtics. Like it just ended, like some sort of deal.
Are you talking about Kevin Garnett?
Yes.
Okay, that makes way more sense. I was like, what in the world?
Who'd I say?
Kevin Durant.
Oh my God, yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
no, that makes way more sense. Okay. Okay, I got you. Okay.
Welcome to Tailgate, boys, everybody.
Final thoughts. Is he elite right now? I say no. Honestly, is he elite right now? I say no.
Who, Kevin Durant?
No, Jason Tatum. I apologize.
Oh, no, certainly not. I think he could be.
Absolutely, I agree. Billy.
Tatum?
Tatum. We're talking about Jason Tatum.
I think he's had those big moments from an elite player, but it's not consistent.
Is he elite right now?
I'm gonna go yes.
Okay.
I agree with Billy 100%.
That 50 spot in the play-in game did it for me.
Change it. Fair. Okay. All right, boys. Hey, we were just talking about it. Coaching in the NBA. People always say, especially I always say it.
Get his ass,
It really
Curly.
doesn't matter to me. Coaching does not matter. So the hot take: does coaching matter in the NBA or not? In the comments right now, does coaching matter or not? Let's start. Dylan, you want to take this one first? You want to go first?
Yeah, definitely. Back to Brad Stevens. I think coaching does matter. You can even go to Thibodeau, who is leading Knicks team. yes, they're doing pretty solid, but who would think that they mix all those kind of players together, and then they made a playoff. They're going to make a playoff run, hopefully, right? So I'm going to say coaching does matter with the players you got. If you have LeBron, you have Chris Bosh, D Wade, no, you don't really need to do coaching. But you do have to be there to kind of maybe substitute the right people. Who works with who? I don't really know, but I think that's where you would want to go as that kind of coach. But if you have a team like the I don't know who is like Boston right now. So they're they have Tatum and then Smart and then who's
Brown,
the other?
I know he's hurt, but Brown.
Oh, Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
And they got Kemba.
Kemba. So like you have 3 people there that want to score the ball. They move it around pretty well. That's coaching. Like that's not like, oh, them sharing the ball. Like, no, this is a plan. Like, this is your percentage. This is their percentage. This is how this is going to work for the team to work. Like, I honestly believe in Brad Stevens that way. Maybe I'm giving too much praise, but yeah, that's where I'm going with that.
Huge basketball fan, but I'm not an NBA basketball fan. Let me go ahead and throw that out there first. But to me, that's the example that I would use to where coaching does not matter. Because I feel like, Curly, what do you say? They're the 8 seed, correct?
Yep.
That team is way too good to be an 8 seed. But it also, you can go the other way, is that the New York Knicks, I do not think they are that talented to be a 4 seed. But then you could go the LA Lakers should not be a 7, blah, blah, blah. You could keep going all the way through.
And it was a different kind of season because of the way the last year
100%.
ended.
Yep.
So you had the playoff teams from last year pretty much just rolling right into another season.
Right.
So a lot of those, especially with guys with a lot of veterans on their team, there was a lot of resting going on this year.
Right.
So I think that affected the seeding quite a bit. I think teams just focused on making it, trying to make the playoffs more so than the seeding this year, just because they thought rest was more important.
That is fair, and I'm the first one to admit that I'm more of a college basketball guy. I'm not an NBA guy, but I've always just thought that.
Why? I hear college guy. I only watch college basketball. I hear that a lot. Why don't you want to watch the best basketball players in the world? Why would you want to watch amateur basketball players over professional, the best guys on the entire planet?
To me, this is a whole other topic, but I think every possession, college basketball is 120%. All out. Like, I mean, you
turn this on right here. Turn your TV on, TNT right now.
What do you think I'm looking at right now?
Are you kidding me? That's 150% with twice the type of players.
That's playoffs though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write this down.
Basketball.
This is a future conversation we're gonna have.
I get heated when people say, "Oh, I only watch college basketball."
Oh no,
like,
I don't only watch college basketball.
I feel like low key, and you can edit this out. I feel like that is kind of like a racist thing, because they don't like the players in the NBA. There's a lot more white guys in college basketball, and they play it a more traditional way, right? That's a travel. They'll all say, "Oh, that's a travel. That's a travel. You can't do that." It's okay to do that in the NBA. It's a different game with different rules. Like, it drives me crazy. I feel like they just don't like the NBA, and you hear it from a lot of old people, right? You hear a lot of old people say, "Oh, I am only a college basketball fan."
I mean, I get that.
I wonder why that is sometimes.
For me, like, I'll watch both, but I'd prefer college because you won't see this play right now for the playoff game right now. You won't see this in game 10. In the college basketball season, you will see this in game number 10 of the season. I just feel like they go harder, I guess. I like the whole –
and they have to, because their seasons are set up differently.
Right.
If you're only playing 30 games compared to 82 games,
yeah,
you're going to play a lot harder. But I would still rather watch 82 games of professional athletes at 90% than 40 so games of amateur athletes. Anytime, any day of the week. I would rather watch better basketball than shitty basketball.
I also hate how, like, midway through the season, you got Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge and Andre Drummond just buying out of their contract and joining the Lakers and the Nets. It's like, come on, man.
Andre Drummond, or no, who was the guy with the heart issues?
That was LaMarcus Aldridge. But it's like, imagine if
Because that's
like-
the business, Bill. Like that's business part. It's like, dude, the NCAA just gets
hate it.
more. That's the
You'd
that's-
rather have the NCAA rip off the athletes, make a bunch of money off them.
No, I think
They
NCAA
like that setup
basketball.
better.
I think NCAA basketball is screwed, and they're done, dude. Like,
They should
and I
be.
don't, and I
They've been
don't
fucking up
blame.
for years.
I don't blame high recruits for going to G League at all. I would do it too. I think they're
Hold up.
gonna be tough.
This is a perfect thing for another video. So
Yeah.
I can talk about this all
perfect
night.
thing. We can talk about this for an hour. I mean, hey, I'm literally going to write this down like literally right now. This is a perfect segment for later. So before we just get too far into it. Okay.
All right.
Hey, this is it for the NBA playoff video, boys. Any closing thoughts?
Go Lakers.
Go Lakers. I love it. Hey, we're the Tailgate boys. Show us some support. Like and subscribe. Hey, comment down below who you got for your NBA picks. We'll see you next time. Peace out, boys.